Hello there.
Welcome back, my friend.
Hello, what have we here?
Jedi, we've been expecting you.
I knew I could count on you.
Hello.
Welcome to the rebellion.
What fun!
Hey everyone, Hybrid here, bringing you the next episode of Black Series of Yesteryear, the Black series where we take a look at figures from, well, yesteryear. So this series has been a little bit of an unofficial hiatus. I kind of just got a little burned out and didn't do it for a minute, but I would like to finish with the red boxes before putting this on ice for a while, assuming I don't get into the Galaxy packaging. Is the Galaxy packaging even old enough to really consider it retrospective material? I don't know. Perhaps. Possibly. We'll discuss it. Anyway, today I want to start talking about Wave 16 that came out in the Redbox era. This came out in early 2018, and this features our characters from Solo, a Star Wars story, a movie that I still hold rather near and dear to my heart. I am a rather big fan of Solo, and gotta say, a lot of these figures really start to hold up even to date. There's still some dated things like double pin knees, but this is where we were starting to get photoreal applications. Here in, I don't believe it was this wave, I believe it was the next one, but we start getting butterfly joints. We're starting to get into like the good, or what's held up, as good from the Redbox era. Although I gotta say, Redbox hate wasn't a thing until long after it was done because just the figures started showing their age. So that said, let's go ahead and dive on in. Starting with figure number 60, we have the Death Star Trooper. Now, this is technically this character's second release, but it's the first time in the main line. He had been made as a new figure for the 40th anniversary A New Hope line, so he'd been out a little bit before this, but this figure is still a rather cool one. The A New Hope version did not have a photoreal face, so this one is technically an upgrade, albeit a very generic face, but still is printed, so that's nice. These guys, in my opinion, are not the most essential when it comes to, like, your Imperial troopers, but you do see these guys on the Death Star and maybe the occasional Imperial base afterwards. They have that interesting salad bowl helmet. I don't know. Might be something worth having a couple of in the collection. I think I have two, They're not front and center by any stretch, but they're all right. They're interesting. They're guys in black officer outfits. What else can you really ask for, right? Moving on from there to spot number 61 is the Jawa. These guys are the versions seen in A New Hope, and these guys likely, or like the Death Star Trooper, were in the 40th A New Hope packaging as well, so this is a carryover. Now, unlike the photoreal evolution for the Death Star Trooper, the Jawa really has no change here. It is the same figure between the retro card and the red box, because they just don't have faces, although Pelimoto says they tend to be furry. So, this guy's really cool. I've always said when it comes to your shorter characters, your characters that take less plastic to make happen, they really need to give you a little bit of extra to make it feel worth it, right? And the Jawa comes with two decent-sized blasters. It comes with some really nice weathering painted on the lower end of the skirt. The skirt is very much a traffic cone, not getting much of that leg articulation out of there. But something else very interesting on these guys is those yellow dot eyes glow in the dark. That's right. Hold them up to a light and then walk into a dark room. You will see two pale glowing eyes peering out from under that hood. That is a really cool feature. Something that, I really like. Anyway, those two are carryovers from the 40th A New Hope line. Now we're going to dig on in to some great new goodness. These were figures that were new at this point. And figure number 62 is Han Solo as he appears in Solo, a Star Wars story, as mentioned, a movie that I do very much like. I think Alden Ehrenreich is a good Han Solo casting, despite not necessarily super looking like him. I thought he did a good job with the role. And I really like the brown jacket costume. It feels very Han Solo, so this is like a really good action figure in my opinion. I do really, really like how it turned out. The photo reel on him is alright. It is an earlier photo reel. I think they would make it a little bit better if they reissued him today. But he's not bad by any stretch. I don't believe he has butterfly joints. He definitely has double pin knees. But this is when we were starting to get the deeper elbow cuts. And, he was just, I just remember being really fun to pose. That Han Solo 90-degree, elbow, shooting from the hip pose. I mean, this guy just nails it. Very fun figure. Decent likeness. That pistol's great. I have nothing bad to say about this. It's one of my I don't know if I dare call him one of my favorites to the Red Line, because there's a lot of great figures in the Red Line, but he's a really good figure. I have nothing bad to say about him. I think Han Solo is a good figure. So yeah, I think he's fun. Moving on, we have Grand Moff Tarkin in spot number 63, and this is really, really good. A great figure. Now, Tarkin never really has any accessories in the movie. You could argue maybe you could make a data pad for him or something. I have him holding a Death Trooper pistol on my shelf because he does have a trigger finger, but they pack him with the Princess Leia torture droid, and I think that is a fun addition, something interesting to get on the shelf. I always do like getting a unique droid, and the Peter Cushing likeness on this figure is just superb. It's a very, very nice likeness. It's one of the best of the early photo reels, and I like it a lot. Otherwise, from the neck down, it's the Imperial officer body, which was new at the time, but to us now has been reused to death. But it's a nice sculpt, and it serves its purpose well. And for a character like Tarkin, who's not doing anything overly dynamic on the shelf, you're going to pose him probably with his hands clutched together behind his back, or maybe pointing at another officer or something. He's expressive enough in his neutral poses, and I like that a good deal. So Tarkin is an excellent figure in my book, one that I like a good deal. Up next, figure number 64 in the Red Line is the Range Trooper. This guy is super cool. It's similar to the Snow Trooper in certain respects, right? The chest armor looks slightly inspired by, but then he's got this big puffy parka jacket and that really cool big buff helmet. And it kind of almost looks like a Shore Trooper, beefed up helmet. I love this guy's boots. He has those magnet boots for clamping down on the train. It's this guy's like the Snow Trooper's gonna be warm no matter what, but this guy's meant for the mountains. This guy's got beefed up. The parka is he's meant for the wind, not just the snow. And just a very cool design. It's a design that honestly is so cool that it's a shame that we'd only gotten it for 30 seconds of this movie. And it was cool seeing them come back in Andor for a few seconds, but even then, this is a really cool design, one that I like a good deal, to the point that I kind of would like to see it used more just in general. But very cool figure, very cool design, nothing bad to say about it. This is one that still holds up to date. Even though it's got some very minorly dated things on it, it's not bad. This is a fun figure. And then wrapping up this wave with figure number 65 is Lando Calrissian. This guy is awesome, based on the Childish Gambino likeness. He's got the new movie's hairstyle and beard down pat. The cloak is excellent. I love the scarf. His pistol's really, really cool. It has that big silencer on it, but the silencer unclips from it, which I don't think you ever see him do in the movie, but it's cool because silencers do come off of guns, so that's really neat. He's got those just really, really flashy patterns on his scarf there. He looks absolutely peak drip. He just looks excellent. And yeah, that Donald Glover likeness is just oh so cool. This movie had some really cool designs for some iconic characters, and this figure absolutely fully, added a lot to this wave. Lando was a big part of the movie, and this was his primary outfit for a lot of the movie. So they just did good work on him. I like this action figure a good deal. He poses nice. He has a great photo reel. He holds up to date. I don't think we need a redo. I think he's great. But Anyway, that's what I got to say about this wave. We had 6 new figures in here, and I think, or 2, I guess, technical repacks, but on the new packaging for the first time, and then 4, brand new sculpts. And I think this was a great way to dip us into the new wave, if you will. The new wave or new movie. You needed these characters. I remember there was all kind of like that, like, ooh, is Tarkin gonna be in the movie because he made his way into this Black Series wave, and he did not. But this would have been like the time period they could have like CG'd him in, like they did for Rogue One if they wanted to, but they didn't need him for the movie, so they didn't use him, and that's probably for the best, truthfully. But yeah, this is just a great wave and just proof that the red and black era is not all bad. People like to get hung up on some of the really dated things about it, but you also got to remember, gosh, these were nearly 10-year-old figures at this point. Of course, they're doing some things better now. That the fact they're doing things better now just speaks to the quality of the line and its evolution. So, yeah, this was a fun wave, a good one to look back on. These are all characters I remember picking up as soon as I possibly could back in the day, and I would do it again. So, I'm going to go work on something else now. Thank you so much for listening to a old collector ramble about the days of old, and I'm going to go work on something else. So until next time, may the force be with you. I look forward to seeing you on the next Black Series of Yesteryear. And until next time, I hope you all go on to have a great day. Bye.